This house believes that creative endeavor cannot stop the war.
Discuss.
Earlier this year, David Crosby mentioned in an interview that the Woodstock Festival and the counterculture movement it popularised helped bring an end to the Vietnam War. Can this really be the case? To me, it seems incredibly naive. While it's obvious that the movement did galvanise an anti-war feeling amongst the youth of America, it is hard to believe that the removal of troops from Vietnam was due to public disapproval, as highlighted by Woodstock, or indeed anything else other than the rapidly increasing number of American troops lost on the battlefield.
Listen, people, I don't know how you expect to ever stop the war if you can't sing any better than that. There's about 300,000 of you fuckers out there. I want you to start singing. Come on. And it's one.
Would me believing this be simply the benefit of hindsight, or maybe a loss of innocence inherent in the hippie ideal? Does creative anti-war protest of such a scale feel futile because it is, or because today's artists and thinkers merely assume it is? Or is it because war has become so ingrained in art and popular culture that it feels more like a concept rather than a genuine threat, or an issue too big to be solved by creative endeavour alone? Is it right for artists to even make a political statement? Is it exploitative of those who have to suffer the loss of life firsthand, or is it a moral duty to use their platform as a soapbox? Has political comment and satire become so simplified and cartoon-like that it makes war appear less brutal and realistic to be taken as seriously as it should? Or does it empower those who feel they don't have a say and deflate the egos of those in charge? Does it make war seem too much like a game? Should war be used as a metaphor for conflict in creative fields such as art and music, or as a shorthand for defiance and a means by which to state your sincerity in your beliefs? Or is the suggestion by an artist, whether implied or not, that he would go to war for his beliefs entirely disrespectful?
Which weed killer should you choose?
Should war even be used as a metaphor in any creative sphere? Should advertising be allowed, for instance, to suggest that an effort to halt the growth of weeds in the consumer's garden is akin to destroying an enemy?
Kill the root, kill the weed. With Roundup, Britain's best-selling weed killer.
Does the prevalence of revolutionary figures in fashion and design as a statement of radical thought celebrate those who fight for the greater good, or is it simply another shallow method of generating profit that handily neglects to mention the number of people killed as a result of their actions? Should we accept that violence and conflict, particularly in the revolutionary sense, has become another marketing tool along with sex, and allow it to be used as a means by which to shift product? Or does it have a dangerously negative effect on the viewer, or belittle those that sacrifice their lives to defend their cause by using the imagery of war for financial gain? Does the depiction of war in popular culture adequately present the consequence of war and the moral complexity of warfare? Or does the simplification of a good versus evil dynamic taint the audience's view of real-life conflict? Has war in entertainment become so fantastical that warfare itself seems like an alien concept of curiosity value rather than enduring importance? Should we be given enough creative license in art and entertainment to allow history to be rewritten? When Hollywood portrays the Americans finding the Enigma machine, should we see it as light-hearted titillation or belittling inaccuracy?
Success, gentlemen. They lost their ride home.
Good luck, everyone.
Does the rewriting of history allow a newer perspective on our mistakes and a valid reassessment of war's horrors? Or should we leave history to the historians and, in terms of plundering past events for entertainment value, should we leave what has happened alone? And what can we say of an entertainment industry, such as video gaming, that makes violent imagery in the safety of your own home an everyday occurrence? You can now buy computer games where the player is able to reenact the D-Day landings, an event in which some of its survivors are still living. Does this shed light on the reality of the historical situations to the player, regardless of the outcome of the game itself? And does it present a useful tool in educating a younger audience about world events? Or does it disrespect those who fought for their country and detach the audience from reasoned political debate even further? Does it debase the morality of the situation, or are its audience intelligent enough to see beyond it? Ultimately, can art, the arts and entertainment truly have any effect on those with the power to stop the war, or can the artist only comment on the way the art world itself deals with the tragedy?
Discuss.